Good morning to all. Last days we have almost completed two stories. The first one is the Chief Settle's speech. The second story we have almost completed horse and two goats. The story from the beginning to end almost I have this once more the summary I will tell you. After that we may go to the next story. The horse and two goats. Indian background story written by R.K. Narayan. He is a famous Indian English writer. The background of the story is Tamil Nadu, the South Indian Tamil Nadu. There, a village named Kuppam. There lived a old poor man. His name was Muni. He lived with his wife, and once he was considered himself as a rich man because he had 40 gods with him. Later on, the number reduced up to only two. As he was not able to do any other work, he continued with that animal rearing. He was not able to get any income. Sometimes his wife went to the other village houses for washing, cleaning, and cooking. From there, she got some money. Out of that, she bought some foodstuff to prepare food, and they were in very deep poverty. One day, the old man went to the shopkeeper to buy some foodstuff, and he wanted to buy it on credit because he did not have money to pay on the spot. But the shopkeeper insulted him because he had not paid the earlier payment. So he was totally insulted and harassed and sent back. Then his wife got ready to go to the other houses to do some service to get some money. But that day she was also afraid of going to find a job. There was a murder taken place, and police officers visited the village, and they were asking question to the native people. So she was afraid to face the police officers because of their wrong thought about them, not because of their any misdeed. It is only because of their uh, wrong thought about the police officers. Anyway, Muni unleashed the two gods from the nearby tree and taken them to the roadside, highway side to graze them. When he was there, he mostly spent his time for two, three purposes. One, to break some branches of the trees and the leaves of the trees, give to the animal in the form of food because that barren land very rarely having gra- grass there, green grass, because it was summer season, so the availability of the green grass was very less. The second duty he did was to collect firewood for his kitchen. That also he collected and kept there, and he had a lot of free time to enjoy there. So he find a place under a statue there because by the side of the road there was a big statue of a horse, and nearby a statue of a rider. And the horse statue was very big in size, and he sat under the statue so that he would get a proper shade, and he was able to see the vehicles and the passengers pass through the village road. Then One day when he was sitting on the same base of the statue, a strange vehicle came there and stopped. The driver came out of the vehicle and his dress was like the dress of a police officer. At first, Mani thought that he was really a police officer and he is coming to him to arrest him. As the stranger knew only English, there was no proper communication. The Englishman came from America. He was really a tourist. He wanted to visit various parts of India and he reached the same village, uh, Kritam. And while he was passing through the highway, but Muni was unaware of. He thought that the Englishman is the police officer or military officer and come to arrest him. He told his innocence openly that his name is Muni and he has no such criminal activities. He is only his duty is to rear the animals and that animals are of his own. Like that matters he told. The Englishman did not understand what he said. He offered a cigarette to him. When he received the cigarette, Muni thought that a police officer never offer a cigarette to the client, so he may not be a police officer. Again, he started talking and continuing. Then, to introduce himself, he the visiting card and Muni thought that it may be the arrest warrant to arrest him. Again, he was afraid of. He did not receive it. Again, he continued his talk. Englishman wanted to buy the statue. He thought that Muni is the owner of the statue. That was why he was sitting on the base of this the statue, and he wanted to sell it. When he pointed out his hand towards the statue, he thought that the Muni thought that he wanted to know all the details about the statue. Muni told that the statue made many generations before. His great grandfather and his grandfather all told about this statue to their grandchildren, and he knew everything about the statue only from his grandfather. Means many generations before the statue was there, and the statue was in the at the center of the village once, but now the village is shifted from there. Now only the statue left alone there. And the villagers believe that this statue is the Redeemer, and at the end of the Kali Yuga, this statue may become alive and save the good people and punish the bad people. This whole story he told to the Englishman. But Englishman did not understand anything. He thought that he is describing the importance of the statue and what all material it is used, or how many days work was there on it, like that matter. And he wanted to increase the demand and he is asking too much money. After this many description, when he asked the other man about the number of children he had, he immediately gave the answer 100. But Muni did not understand what is the meaning of 100. But he told 100 about the money he offered. He took out a 100 rupees note and told that he want to buy this statue for 100 rupees. First of all, Muni thought that he is asking for change for 100 rupees. He told that he is not able to arrange changes for 100 rupees. So he kept the 100 rupees back and took 10, 10 rupees note and offered him. And this time, the Englishman was sitting there and halfway sitting and kept his left hand on the head of the uh, head of one of the goat there. So Muni thought that he wanted to buy the goat. So he received these 100 rupees and he told that you can take these two goats, and if you are interested and you can carry these goat by your vehicle like the suggestions given. Then he told that if money stay back there for long, this goat will not be ready to accompany the Englishman. So he silently went back to the village. When he was leaving by saying goodbye, Englishman believed that he is ready to sell the statue for this 100 rupees, and the statue is not very easy to be removed from there. For that, the help of some villagers should be there. Muni is going to call some villagers from there. He waited there till that time. A passenger bus reached there. Englishman stopped the bus and asked the bus driver for some petrol. And bus driver provided him petrol, and some of the passengers were ready to help him to remove the statue from there. He told that he bought the statue and he wanted to carry it. Some of the passengers got down and made all the arrangements to remove it, and he kept the statue on the top of the Englishman's vehicle and tied it properly. Then, very happily, the Englishman left the place with the statue. Muni went to his wife and told that he sold the two gods and he got 100 rupees. But his wife was not able to believe it because maximum 10 rupees each means 20 rupees will be the cost of the two animals, two gods, maximum 10 rupees each, 20 rupees means 100 rupees nobody may be ready to give. So she says that her husband might have robbed the money from somewhere and the police may come and arrest. When they were talking, the two gods came back and they started bleating. When they started bleating, both of them came out and Muni asked the animals, why are you come back? I have already sold you, and you are the Englishman is the owner, the stranger is the owner of these animals. Like that question, strange questions he asked them, and there the story comes to an end. According to the story, both of them become beneficial because 100 rupees money has got, and he thought that he sold his animals. But the Englishman was very happy. During his visit, a valuable statue he has got to carry home, and he had the habit of keeping uh, books in the library, and at the center of the library, personal library, he wanted to keep a very valuable statue. This statue is very valuable for him, and very safely he want to carry it. So both of them become beneficiaries in this deal. But the situation took place only because of the communication gap between both of them. Englishman did not know the Tamil language of Muni, and Muni did not know English, the Englishman's uh, standard English. So Muni only knew yes, no, only two words, and with that he tried to manage everything. So from here it is clear that the story horse and goat is very interesting, but it is very long. Very simple language it is used. So from the beginning to end, all of you should read it once. Within one reading, it will be clear to you almost all the incidents I have described it within last 2-3 periods. 2 3 times I have told. I know that already it is completed once, but some of the students were absent, didn't join there, and some of the new students joined, some of the earlier students were not there. Like that, every day some changes are there. That was why 2 3 days continuous I took for it, and this story consists of 16 pages. Read each line and explain. It is not very easy because very simple language it is. So all of you should try it. But that's all that story. And now we are going to the next story introduction. So before that, once you just go through the introduction part and the major points, then we will come back to the next story. Come back to the class. Now we are going to read another story named An Angel in Disguise. In this story, T.S. Arthur tries to describe the village life in America. When we consider America, or when we say about America, we feel that very big cities, very high standard life, expensive as well as polished life. But really speaking, American village is also almost like Indian villages, and it makes lot of T.S. Arthur here describes that American village life is not highly polished. It is as normal as Indian village life. There are also poor people and underdeveloped situations, illiterate people, and jealous and competition among the village people. Like that, so many matters associated with. In this story, the village life as well as the habit of drinking alcohol and the effect, alcoholism and its effect, also described through this story. Here in this story, mostly two families. A family consists of a mother and three young children. Another family, a husband and wife who do not have any child at home. These two families, how relate to each other, and what are the developments there, and how it happens is all matters we are going to see. In that, first of all, we see a family consists of a lady and three children. There is no reference of the husband of the lady. Maybe the husband died, or the husband maybe may not be with them because maybe divorced or separated. Whatever the reason, This lady and children totally isolated. The lady's nature was very strange. The villagers were not ready to cooperate with her. The only sympathy among the villagers is about the condition of the children. The children are very small and they were helpless. But the lady was very arrogant, non cooperative, and ready to fight with the quarrel with the neighbors. So nobody was ready to go there and help them. Another reason was the lady was a drunkard. Generally, we have seen male members in the family maybe sometimes drunkards, but female drunkards, it is a strange information for us because according to Indian culture, nowadays also it is not very relevant. But this story background more than 100 years ago, not even 100, more than that years ago. So that time a lady was drunkard. It was unbelievable. Anyway, she was a drunkard. Then so that may be the reason of the disinterest among the villagers. Anyway, every day she continued drinking and she was not taking care of it. But as a namesake, there was a support for the children. Mother was with them. One day, as regularly did, she drank too much. She was totally intoxicated. She was not able to move proper way, and she was not able to balance herself to keep the body balance herself, and she came to her house, and there was some steps just before the front door. From the front door, she slipped and fallen down. When she fall down, she became unconscious. The children went there and tried to take care of her. Then they came to know that their mother died. The villagers came to know. At first, they were not that much interested to go there, but one by one, the strange incident came to know and reached the house. Then some of the villagers from there and kept the dead body on a bed inside. As it is the Christian religion, according to the Christian religion, they kept the dead body as it is for a day and continued their religious prayer and all and waited and other arrangements for the cremation also did outside in the cremation ground every arrangement did. When these arrangements and prayer going on, more villagers came to the village house and they discuss each other what will be the future of these three children. These three children were young. The first one was a girl young girl, and nobody was ready to take the responsibility of any of the children. They thought that to take the responsibility of the children means it is a burden. Each and everybody expressed their pathetic feeling that who will take care of the child, take care of the children. That was the only question to each other, but nobody had the answer. One to another, this question passed on. Nobody was ready to take care of the children. But the neighbors brought three things. The first one was some cloth to cover the dead body. The next day, the dead body should be cremated. Before that, the dead body should be covered proper way. For that arrangement, proper covering, they have brought some piece of cloth. Second one is the proper protective cloth for the young children, because the mother, she had spent her income only for alcohol, only for buying alcohol. So she did not take care of the children proper way. So the children needed proper dress. So some of the villages brought some proper dress for the children and provided them. A third group of people brought some food item for the children, because everybody knew that the children would not have got proper food. So that also brought. That was the immediate uh, kindness from the part of the villagers that they have done. The most important matter is their future. Who will take care of the children? That question still alive. More and more villagers come to visit the house. Some are sitting inside, some are standing inside, and some are just gathered just outside the house. And almost all the villagers were present there. But still, the question, who may take care of the children after the cremation? That was the only question, that was the only remark before everybody. The introduction and the first page of the story, once you read it, tomorrow we may continue the story. It is also a long story. It also will take 1 or 2 days to finish. So you have to read it. And earlier completed stories, workbook and summary you have to make. And this one also, the beginning part, you have to read it and understand it. So that's all today's class. I hope that you understood it, the first two stories. This story, it will be made clear within 2 more periods. So that's all today's class. Bye.